Hello. Happy Sunday to you all. Big up my subscriber, them people who are watching this video from wherever you are in this world. I know I have viewers from all over, from India, Russia, Ukraine, Mexico, United States, all over, Canada, Britain, all over. Big up on yourself and welcome to another YouTube video. I'm Nicole. Today's video I'm going to talk to you about the tools that you need when you're going to start your garden. I know a lot of you are home because of the whole pandemic and you want to go into gardening, but you are not sure of the tools to buy. So I'm going to go through the basic ones, the very minimum to start. Not everything that I'm going to show you today you have to get, because as you realize as you go along, you can improvise. So I'm just going to show you the basic ones that you're going to need to start. All right, your little vegetable garden, or whatever gardening that you want to do, whether it's vegetable or flower garden. But I will always encourage you to do your vegetable garden, your food garden, because you have to grow what you eat and eat what you grow. So I'm just going to go over and I'm going to give you this from a Jamaican perspective. So wherever you are, remember this is a Jamaican perspective. This is the lawn. Place is very dry, very hot, but it looks good. This is azalea grass. We have some weeds in there. We have 1 and 2 weeds. You can get rid of those. So we have one right here. Alright, so we're going to go straight over and I'm going to start with what I believe is the most important one, and then I'll just go down the line. So I'm going to start from the most essential one down to the least. Alright. First one that I have here is the machete. Now, this is a cutting tool, and we here in Jamaica, we use it for just about anything. This is a very versatile tool. You can use it for digging, you can use it for weeding, because it have a sharp point. It have a very sharp point. The edge is very sharp, so you can use it for chopping sticks, wood. You can use it to weed your garden. You can use it to remove fine weeds in the lawn and so forth. So it is a very flexible, versatile tool, right? So this one, most important on the list. Remember now, from a Jamaican perspective. Of course, moving down the line, and I must mention that you can even use this as a defense mechanism, a defense tool. So it's very, very important. People can tell you that every house in Jamaica should have one of these. Listen to me, my male subscriber. Buy yourself one of these. It's a very good close quarter self-defense tool, and it's very good in your garden as well. The next one is the rake. You need this garden rake because, as you can see over here, we have some leaves and some flowers that dried and drop off this plant right here. So you're going to need your rake to do all of that, to rake up your leaves and debris and so forth. So very, very important. Moving down the line, you're going to need a pair of gloves. 2 pair. One plastic one like this for when you may be applying fertilizer, mixing chemicals. You're going to need something like this. This one is for more like for protection of your hands from frictional force from the tool you use in the tool that may cause callus, or what we call in Jamaica corn, in your hands and so forth. So this is for general protection from that sort of hazard. So this is very important. As you see, this one is perforated, it's breathable, so you have this area right here that allows you to grip, so better ergonomics for you to grip the tool. So when you're wearing this, you have better grip than if you're using the bare hands. And also it is providing a level of safety in terms of protecting your hands in general. So that is why you use this one, separating apart from the rubber one. I did say plastic, but it's rubber. All right. So you need 2 pairs. One like this, another like that. Moving down the line, you're going to need a little spade like this. People call it some little garden shovel or garden spade. you're going to need one like this, right? And this one, if you're planting seeds, if you're digging holes to set plants in your garden, to mold, you know, this one is very versatile. You can use it to apply fertilizer, granular fertilizer, that is. Very, very versatile. So some of the function that this one does, you can use a machete to do it as well. So you see what I'm talking about. You're also going to need a pruning shear, right? Or, you know, we call it, in Britain they call this one secateur. Secateur, they call it secateur. So you need a pruning shear like this, you know, for cutting your flowers or anything. So if you're in a garden and you want to prune plants and so forth, you know, to cut disease part of your plants and so forth, you can use this. Very, very good, very, very important tool. Then you're going to need one of these. Not necessarily this size. This size is a what, 5 liter. You don't have to get this big one. You can get a smaller one. They have varying sizes and shape and brands, but you're going to need a spray pan, and this is what you're going to use to apply your liquid fertilizer, or if you're going to spray any solution onto the plant, this is what you're going to need to do that. So and you can get even the little handheld one that you can, you know, use to apply a small amount of chemical. You don't necessarily have to get this big one, depending on the size of your garden that you're going to have. And the next thing that I want to talk to you about is the rake, is the water hose. You're going to need a hose as well. And some of the things that you do use this to do, you can use the hose to do it. Because I use this to apply fertilizer. You can also use the hose. You can have those little devices that you're fitted to the garden hose, that you can actually apply fertilizer to your lawn and so forth. So you're going to need a hose. I don't have the hose here because it's around the back, but you're going to need a garden hose. Depending on your yard size or your garden size, you may need a 50 feet, 25 feet, or 75, or even 100 feet hose. You're going to need a garden hose. Also, I don't have here, you're going to need a watering can with a fine rose on it. I'm just going to put a picture now that you can see it. You're going to need a garden, a watering can rather. You're going to need a watering can to apply the water, as I said, with a fine rose, so that if you have very small plants, you don't want to just use the hose, the pressure from the hose, because the pressure from the hose will actually topple them over and damage, splash the soil and so forth. So you're going to need your watering can. You don't necessarily have to get a watering can if you have one of this. As I said, you can use this to apply water, depending on how big your garden is, or you can just use a general bucket, a small bucket or so forth, or a pan to apply the water to your plants. Next thing that you're going to need is this. This is a pruning shear, right? Remember, this is the handheld pruner. This one here. We're going to need this one, and this is if you have like edgings and so forth. If you have plants that you have to trim, you're going to need something like this. So if you're going to go small like a vegetable garden, you would need to go ahead and buy one of these. All right. If you're going to have edgings like these plants over here that you're going to prune, then you need one of these. So this is not a must for the person who's doing a vegetable garden, and that is why I said the machete here can be used to do some of the function, because you can even use this as long as you sharpen this tool. If you are skilled enough, you can use it to trim up your plants and so forth. And that is why I said this tool right here is so versatile. Another tool that you're going to need is a spade, a garden spade. Just going to put a picture because I don't have one. I have a shovel. And the garden spade is what you're going to use, like to dig holes, you know, to take up debris of sometimes, because it can be used like similar to the shovel. And if you have the money, you can go ahead and buy a shovel. So those are the basic tools that you're going to need. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, so these are basically the tools, the basic tools that you're going to need to start your garden. Of course, given that you already have the area that you're going to plant, whether you're going to plant in pots or you're going to plant in garden beds, or you're going to plant in some other form of containers. So that's a given that you have those already. Now all you need to do now is to go and get your planting material, and these now are your supporting tools that you need to effectively carry out your gardening exercise. As I said, I don't have the hose here, but put the pictures there for you to see. And I don't have the watering can, and I don't have the spade right here, but those are 3 additional items that you will need from what you are seeing here on the ground. Just to go over them again: machete, your rake, your gloves. And I said you need 2 gloves, one for protection from chemicals and so forth, and one for protection from just, you know, to keep your hands safe and don't damage your hands or develop any callus or so forth. And you're going to need your garden spade, your shear, your pruning shear, hand pruner. You need your spray can, and as I said, you have varying size out there that you can obtain, and your water hose, your watering can, and your spade. And this tool right here, only if you're going to do edging and so forth, you're going to need this to, you know, shape up your edging and so forth. But if you're just going to do vegetable gardens, you don't have to get this one. You can just get this one. Alright, so basically, depending on where you are, to start up like this, maybe you're looking at $15,000 Jamaican dollars. Alright, for US, that's approximately $100. So $100 could give you every single thing that you see here, and maybe a little more. Depends on where you shop, and if you wait on your sales and so forth, you can get it very, very reasonable. So I implore you to go and start a garden, especially a vegetable garden, because that is the way that you can ensure that whatever you are heating is free from pesticides and so forth. You know that it is clean because it is you grow it, and you know what went into it and so forth. And you're going to feel a sense of pride when you know that you plant a crop and you watch it grow until it reach maturity, until you harvest it and actually consume it. It just gives you a different feel than when you buy it in the store. So I encourage you to go out now to shop for these items, plan, and start your own gardening. It's very good, it's relaxing, it's a very good exercise, and it's a very good pastime. And at the end of the day, you are getting a very good reward because you are getting food on your table, healthy food. So thank you very much. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Remember to like the video, share our videos so that we can reach more people. And God bless. I want to big up one of my subscribers, Something Better. She's a YouTuber. I'm going to put a photograph right now for her YouTube channel so you can go over and support her. And I'm going to put her channel details in the description of this video. Again, thank you very much, and God bless.